Hi everyone. That means I should unmute myself. Hi. Let's go, lesbian. That's a good raid message. It's a good raid
Let's go,
message.
lesbians.
We something changed since I was last part of this when Hollow was playing Unbeatable, and now the raid message has become Let's go, lesbians, which is maybe even better than it was before. I'm
I mean,
Helix.
that's what it should have been out of my stream, but I didn't think of
True,
that, so.
actually. Well, neither did I. I'm Helix. I'm good at this game, which is weird because I'm not normally good at rhythm games. Someone else who's good at the rhythm game is here.
Hi, that's me. I'm Hallow. I'm slightly less good than Helix at this rhythm game.
I don't know if that's the case anymore. I'm gonna say it.
Yeah, by
Technically,
the
by the ratings
numbers, you are
leaderboard,
still.
yes,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
I don't. That's not necessarily. The rating leaderboard lags behind your people's actual skill levels. I think we're roughly the same.
Yeah, something like that. You're better at accuracy. I'm better at FCs, I think.
Yeah, that's true. Your job, Hello's job, is to be the person who knows things about music, because I don't know much about music. I just play the video game. I'm good at hitting buttons, and that's about it. I'm gonna play songs and hit buttons. What am I starting with? This palette I have? The menu palettes in this game are so good. So many things about this game are so good. I could go on forever.
Yes.
I've got like an hour. Raid was a little early, which is totally fine. And I'm just
Let's chill. More time to yap.
Yeah, I'm just gonna start playing songs. I'm not actually strictly timing this or anything, so we're just gonna get on with it. Let me know how the audio balancing is, by the way. If I need to fix anything, please tell me, and we'll get to it between songs. Okay. Starting with a 13, the difficulty levels go up to 25. I will be increasing as I go, of course. I think I just noticed the lag spike right away. We'll see if that happens again. This is a 2-lane rhythm game. There's high and there's low, and that.
Yep.
That's not really it, but that's the main thing.
Yeah. That's all you need to worry about for this song, I think. Helix is playing on controller using up and down and on the D-pad, and what on the right side again?
I actually, how do I explain this? How do I explain this while playing? I'm using the DualSense, the PlayStation 5 controller, and for the low notes I use X and down on the D-pad, and then for the high notes I use the bumpers. Which is probably kind of weird, but whatever.
No, it makes sense when you explain it.
Yeah.
Because like when you're holding a controller, your thumbs are lower than your fingers.
Yes. I needed to map the buttons in a way that made sense to my brain, and this is a way that makes sense to my brain. Clearly it works for me, so...
Yep. Yes, working quite well right now. This is Forgetter. It's, you hear it a few times in the story. Just a nice, chill start. Pretty easy chart. Well, not an easy chart if you've never played the game before, but as unbeatable difficulty charts go, it's on the lower end for sure. Lots of hold notes though, so it's not like a pushover or anything.
It does start picking up, as you've seen. Yep, see? There we go.
Yep, those fills right there. This song is by the in-game, in-story mode band One More Final. Who you'll see some of in the story mode.
If you haven't played this game, especially the story mode, please play it. I am actually begging.
Same. This is like... This game is very culturally relevant. Not in the sense that it's like an incredibly well-known game or anything. it's certainly one that got like a lot of support through its development from like a really well-backed Kickstarter, but like just in terms of like the messaging behind the game, it feels incredibly important right now.
Yeah. You play controller, what on earth? Look, it works. You will see when I get into some of the more difficult songs. It works. Quite well for me. Okay, memorize next.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is, of course, by the in-game band Unbeatable, which features much more prominently in the story mode.
As you can imagine, given the game's title. All caps or no
Yes.
caps, by the way.
All caps or no caps?
If I see any of you capitalizing just the U and Unbeatable, you will be banned. That's a joke, but, you know.
This game is just full of like generational bangers.
Yeah.
Like there is the album that the band Unbeatable makes over the course of the game is like available on like Bandcamp. It's like one of the best rock albums I've ever heard, and you don't have to have played the game to like appreciate the album, which I really like. Of course, you'll appreciate the album much more if you experience part of it through the game. I have listened to it an absurd number of times. Most of the songs, of course, being composed by the actual real-life duo Peak Divide. Some with, featuring Rachel Lake on vocals, usually, occasionally with RJ Lake also helping out with production.
It's very good. You saw a mash note there. It's called mash note because you're able to hit it as many times as you want. Often I only hit it once because there's no need to hit it more, and I would like to save my hands.
Yep. Understandably so.
Yeah. I'm playing Loner live specifically because this chart is slightly more technical than normal Loner, which is a 14. This is a 15. But this song rules. This is one of my favorite songs in the game. Although I could say that about a lot of tracks in this game, so...
There are just a lot of good songs in this game.
True.
Very sapphic song in general as well, of course, which needs to be mentioned.
Which is fitting. The raid message was, let's go lesbians.
Yes. We see our first instance here of notes that disappear a little bit before they get to you.
And that section got me. Wasn't paying quite enough attention. This game has a couple of nasty tricks, and that's one of them.
Yep. The other one is the camera sort of dancing left to right as you see it doing here, which can sometimes start obscuring notes a little bit, but in a way that I think is kind of fun. Except in like one or two charts, but...
I love how this chart uses red notes in conjunction with blue notes. Red notes you can hit either high or low input. Blue notes obviously start on one lane and then bounce to the other, and the timing of that depends on the song and where they are, etc. But it uses those notes and spikes, the yellow things, which I call cheese sometimes, because I think they look like cheese. It uses those in such a way to make you play the track a certain way, and like, if you mess it up, you don't necessarily miss a note, you just might end up hitting a blue note super early and getting a barely instead of a perfect, or a great, or what have you.
Yeah.
I like it. I think it's neat.
Kel Miles is asking which characters you're playing as.
Currently, Clef and Beat.
The correct two, in my personal opinion.
What's next? Mirror. The trans song.
The trans song.
So, there is a difficulty above Unbeatable, some tracks, which is a star chart. It's named different things depending on the song. In Mirror's case, it's just the track but mirrored. So, it's not really any different.
Which is a good bit, but it's exactly the same, and it's one of those charts that I mentioned where it uses the sort of screen shift a little bit annoyingly right at the start of the song. So we prefer the Unbeatable one.
Yeah, and as I'm trying to play and talk, I'm not really interested in making things harder for myself unnecessarily right now. Even if it only be
Playing rhythm games and talking is very difficult.
You will hear progressively less of me as the showcase goes on. Good thing I have someone knowledgeable to actually explain things.
Yes. Worth noting, while Mirror is not sung by a transgender character, it just is very transcoded, which is why we're calling it the trans song.
If you pay
Technically not the most trans song in the game, because there's a song from Noise Starlight, which, if you are aware of that game, True is very explicitly about being trans.
This is one of the 2 songs you need to play to unlock the trans rights palette. But that's the other.
Yes. The other one, of course, being True.
Yes.
Yeah, like way back in like 2021 when Noise Starlight first came out, Mirror was featured in that game as sort of the other half of the collaboration. Because Hakuno from that game is transgender and very loudly so, I think. Haven't played that game enough recently. That was an incredibly rude spike, I think.
Yeah, I think that mash note decided to be hit early too, which threw me off.
We see one of those instances which we do not fully understand, of like dropping the FC but not the combo. Which just happens sometimes.
There are a few things I don't understand with this game, and at least in my case, I chalk it up to the fact that I'm not really a rhythm game player.
I'm a bit more of a rhythm game player. I still don't quite understand it. I think it's if you hit a spike, but I'm not entirely sure because I feel like sometimes that does also break the combo, so who knows. Either way, that's an S+, for getting
Over 99%.
Over 99%. Oh, it's not an S+. Why is it not an S+?
I actually don't know. Do you also
Great
need the
question.
FC for an S+?
No, you don't.
Okay, then I have no idea. See, speaking of things I don't understand, I mean, I have S plus it in the past, so whatever.
Yeah.
Hold on. Things are getting a bit more difficult. This is a 17. I find it maybe slightly more difficult than a 17 just because of these weird holds. It's a fun chart to play, though.
Yeah. Very fun chart. Little tricky with the hold notes. Something we haven't mentioned yet, holds in this game do have release timing. So
yeah, and the game looks
that can add
that. Spike again.
Yeah, we're seeing much more aggressive spikes in this song, I think, than in the other charts we've seen so far. Spike dodging seems incredibly easy until you put a whole bunch of notes next to them. That ending section is trickier than it seems, just with the way it switches up, like the top to bottom lane rhythm. Even though the actual rhythm is the same the whole time, it's which buttons you're hitting.
Speaking of tracks and charts that are absolute bangers.
Yes. Square Up by Jamie Page and Peak Divide. Beat Unbeatable X Gooby Megpoid fanfic. Hey, I mean, I heard that from Jamie Page in the YouTube description. It's not just me saying it. So
The song is...
I love gay people.
Same. The song is aggressively sapphic.
Aggressively is the correct adverb in more than one way.
Exactly.
It is, of course, a sequel, kind of, to Jamie Page's previous song, Women Wrestling. So...
I didn't know that.
Yep. The little future bassy part in the middle is, like, very directly a reference. And there are a lot of lyrics that are sort of reused, which is something Jamie likes to do a lot in her music. The music video for the song is also fantastic. Sorry, I'm just listening to the song at this point.
Okay,
Nice.
that was actually nuts.
That's probably an up score, right?
Well, I wasn't on critical
Well, not
mode,
an up score because it wasn't on crit, but
but that was easily like by far the best I've ever played that track. So.
yeah, huge S plus FC.
Yeah, I shut up at some point because
Not even any goods. Wow.
yeah, I shut up at some point so I could lock in as the flavor text says there.
as Northern Lion says, sampled in the song.
Yeah. There's a question in chat, so I will quickly mention again how my controller is bound. I have I'm using a PlayStation 5 controller, so I have down D-pad and X bound to low notes, and my bumper is bound to high notes. Okay. That's funny. Let's move on.
Yes. Another collaboration song, this one by Lena Rain and Peak Divide. We're getting all time signatures up in this. I need to play this song more. Like, I haven't listened to it enough and appreciated it.
I didn't appreciate how fun this chart was until I started playing it more.
Nice score.
Thank you. Yeah, that was pretty good accuracy.
Is that on -1?
Yeah, -1.
That's -1. Yeah, damn.
I'm still very happy with that accuracy. I have always found that chart kind of awkward, so clearly I'm getting the hang of it.
Yeah, no kidding. You have been asked to stretch your hands.
I am absolutely doing that. You can't see me right now because my camera's not on, but trust. It's... I do need this one. That's true. This game is a little bit rough on my fingers. Okay. Oh, I got plenty of time. It's only 8:17.
Yeah, we got an early start.
Alright. Keeping at level 19, going to 20. I FC'd this one like literally earlier today, and I did not expect to. So we'll see if I can do that again.
Yeah.
You know things about this track? Because honestly, I don't. It's just in the game when I play it.
It's a good, happy hardcore song. From, I believe it was an original for the mobile rhythm game Rotena. I don't know exactly how you pronounce it. Not a mobile rhythm game I've played, but I mean, the song's a banger, so maybe I should. Definitely a song that doesn't really give you a break. It's a little shorter than some of the other songs in this game because there are a lot of songs in this game that are longer than a lot of other rhythm games would go for a lot of the time. Like in the sort of 3.5, 4 minute ballpark. This one is about 2.5, but as a result, it sort of doesn't particularly slow down. That mashed out annoyingly just deciding to not get hit, which they kind of just do sometimes. Something I suppose we haven't noticed is these notes, the silence as they're called, are coming from both sides of the screen, which is something we're going to see more and more as we get further into this showcase, and having them coming from both sides at once is sometimes quite difficult to read. Because you have to pay attention to both sides, and there are two different lines where you're trying to hit the notes. Because left side and right side, obviously, when you're fighting things off, while they're converging on the same place, you want to hit them before they get there.
Yeah, pretty much. Definitely a bit more difficult to read. Oh, I got a rating up from that.
Oh, yo! Nice.
Cool,
I
that
mean,
means...
good accuracy, if not an FC.
Yeah, generally, your rating goes up by being more accurate. It doesn't, I don't think, have anything to do with score, given that this was not an up score. I was not on critical. I believe it just has to do with accuracy. Maybe a little bit of a bonus for FCing. You get an...
I'm not sure, because I've definitely had FCs that should have got my rating up if I had better accuracy.
Yeah, maybe not then. You get a bonus in rank for an FC. Normally, 95% or above is an S, but I've had 94s with an FC that have given me S. So...
Yeah.
Yeah, and it makes me sad then that the game does not display your personal best accuracy, because I would love to be able to see that to
yes.
try to beat it to get my
There's a
rating
chance that'll come sometime in the future, because, I mean, game's still fairly new. It came out
in December.
Last month, still.
Yeah. This game is...
Feels like ages because of just how much I've played it.
Yeah, this game's like 6 weeks old. Okay, Afterburn, here is my favorite chart in the entire game.
Absolutely incredible song. 4 artists on it who did remixes of some of the songs, I believe just songs from White Label. which was sort of like the spin-off / tide you over until the actual game comes out. That was released in like 2021 for free. So if you're not sure if you'll like the gameplay, you can go play White Label, which is pretty similar, and figure out if you like it. But we have Sound Circlet. Just 3 artists, and then I think 1 guitarist. Sound Circlet, who... which one did they remix? But then Lumena Town, who does chiptune, and Dog Noise, who does noisy electronic stuff. This song was actually originally conceptualized as just an instrumental. And then I think Rachel just like did a top line for it, and they were like, wait, this is really good or something. I don't know the full history, but the instrumental is also in the game. That one's Afterburner as opposed to Afterburn. Another very gay song. This section of the chart is really technical. The rhythms in the song are just pretty complex altogether, but when you add RJ Lake's rap verse on there, it becomes much more so.
Example of being 1 note ahead and then accidentally hitting the hold note and not realizing that I've hit the hold note and then dropping the hold note.
One of the classic blunders.
Ooh. That was just an example of me getting off beat.
Yeah, if you fall behind in this game, there are a lot of notes coming your way. It can be pretty tricky to catch up sometimes, which we saw there. Thankfully, not so many notes that we failed out, but...
I'm terrified of this thing.
Yep. Those ones, if you don't, like, knock yourself into the bottom lane, the game will just hit you with those, and if you don't realize in time, you just die.
Yeah, you will get stun locked by them. If you get hit by one, you get hit by all the rest unless you actively press them. No, not bad. Still got an S rank.
Yeah. S rank requiring like a 95%, as we mentioned earlier. That is 95%, which perfects contribute 100% to, and goods contribute like something like 50 or 40% to. I'm not sure exactly what the number is, but it's like...
You've already explained this better than
accuracy. Yeah, the accuracy ratings are like... They're tough. S ranking songs in this game is not easy.
Yeah. A lot of the songs I've played today, Far Out, Binary Reasoning, Afterburn, at least those 3 are all on the DLC. So get the Breakout Edition if you can.
Yes.
If you
get the Breakout Edition,
if
you
you
won't
got the
regret
base
it.
version, you can still upgrade for like $10. But there's so many extra bangers in the DLC.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, Necrodancer
bangers.
fans are gonna enjoy this one. I am going to probably shut up for this one because this one's difficult.
Yeah, this one's hard. Omenon by Alex Mukala. Just... probably my favorite song from Rift, and that is Tough Competition.
I'm actually raiding into Rift after this.
Very exciting. Probably one of the most technical charts in the game, I'd say, even though it's only a 22 and the difficulty scale does go up to 25. Just these sections with the hold notes and hitting both lanes at the same time, interspersed with other notes, is a lot to keep up with, especially with some fairly complicated rhythms splashed in there. Not that the higher difficulty charts aren't technical as well, but a lot of them tend to rely a lot more on sheer note speed, whereas this one is not like a super fast song.
Probably my best play of that song, actually.
Yeah. Nearly 97 on that chart is pretty incredible, honestly.
Yeah, that's a rating up for sure.
Yep, big rating up. Nice.
Part's hard.
Yep.
I gonna play the longest track in the game now at almost 13 whopping minutes. Partially just to give myself a break,
Yep.
but also because I just love this track. It's so long, but
Fantastic
it's
song.
so good.
This is Bookend song. Play the story mode.
Please.
Play the story mode. This game is, as I was saying, like, so important in the current day and age. I won't by any means call the story mode of this game like perfect or anything, because it's not, but that's part of what makes it so good and important to me, and part of why it hasn't like left my brain, because it's just like there is so much feeling. They just, the people behind this game put so much love and time into it over the past 7 years, and just you can tell that they cut absolutely no corners with their creative vision. Like,
And we're all better off for it.
Yeah. think that's one of the beautiful things about indie games in general. When you don't have like expectations from whoever owns the studio, you can just make whatever you want, and then you get some of the best art pieces to ever exist, this being one of them in my personal opinion. I've played story mode like twice, because I needed to play it again after the first time just to re-experience it. And the first time I cried quite a bit at the end. The second time I was sobbing. There's just so much feeling.
Yeah, this game was the first time I've ever tried to play a rhythm game with tears in my eyes at the end of the story mode.
Yup. It does add some difficulty for sure.
It certainly does.
Yeah. I get on my feels just listening to this song.
Oh, same. Part of the reason I love this game so much is,
Yeah.
especially in a world that is being increasingly dominated by soulless corporate drivel and AI content and all that crap, this game is an absolutely needed breath of air.
Yeah. Just a real shot of air.
Oh wow, those notes are sneaking up on me. I forgot this track does that.
Yep. This is, of course, a 23, which is, again, 2 off the highest difficulty in the game. And it certainly shows, and since it's so long, it becomes a lot more difficult, because you really have to keep it going for a while. And while there are definitely easier sections, it still demands your focus for a very long period of time. We see a couple blue notes there with a very long wait period between when you first hit them and when you second hit them, at the point at which you just kind of have to know when they are. If you hit them early, you don't miss, but you do get a barely, which knocks your accuracy down quite a lot. Well, I guess on this chart you kind of do get a miss because there are spikes there, but you know.
I actually love when this game does that.
Yeah, it does help you time the blue notes when there's a spike telling you, hey, don't jump yet.
I think it's just a clever use of blue notes to spike.
Those sections where you're, like, hitting one lane twice as fast as the other are always really tricky.
My brain hates this.
Yeah. having to divorce what your two hands are doing from each other is kind of difficult sometimes when you're having to do things that fast. Something we should mention. When you have holds in both lanes, sometimes there are red notes in the middle, which do require the use of those extra buttons binds. So it's not technically a two-key game, even though it's a two-lane game, if that makes sense.
This game definitely expects you to have 4 keys. At least
Well,
at higher difficulties.
At higher difficulties. You don't really have to worry about that until you're getting into sort of like the 20 range.
See, there's that blue note.
Yep. That tempo change is like real hard to keep up with.
I'm so fucking tired in the chat.
So fucking tired.
Thanks, Elena.
Thanks, Elena. I'm still so sad they had to censor that. Why is the rules for PG-13 movies you can have one fuck, but the rules for teen games is you can't have any fucks?
Let the child swear.
Let Quaver say fuck. Quaver is 12 and a half, for reference.
You know what she's been through. She deserves to be able to say it.
She deserves to say fuck. Mustached Owl in chat saying, I really enjoy it a lot because Beat makes mistakes and you get to watch her grow because of them. Yeah, I think that's another thing that really hits about the story mode of this game is just the characters feel so incredibly human. And that's like
They're good characters.
Like it's obviously a very fictional world, but it's close enough to reality that like it just makes sense to have them be just real ass people. Like you've probably met people like Pete, people like Clef in your life if you aren't them yourselves. I identify quite strongly with Pete in a lot of ways. Hook and Song, of course, referencing a lot of other songs in the game musically. Because it is like the last song on the album, so it brings a bunch of motifs back. This return to the like riff that started the song is just so cathartic because it's been like 10 minutes and you're finally back.
I also love how it goes into the tune that plays when you're just sitting on like the story mode menu screen.
Yeah, with the melody from Forever Now playing on top of it. I think one of the beautiful things about this game is just how like filled with hope it is. The song, the end of the song especially, really encapsulates that.
After a whole game about effectively fighting fascism, too.
Yep.
It's a very necessary and good message right now.
And that's Bookend Song.
And if I ever needed to switch
Very
my hands, it
impressive.
is right now.
Yeah. Very impressive.
Rating up,
Another up score. Let's go. Let's go.
That was an up score by like a lot.
Yeah.
I don't think I had even S ranked that before. It's almost like
a chart that definitely is not worth grinding because I mean it's 13 minutes long. It's sort of when you play once in a while because you want to.
It's almost like I don't play this track all the time.
Yeah.
God, I love this one.
It's beautiful.
And I have just enough time for one more. Let's not accidentally play this one.
No, wait, let's play that one. That would be funny.
Okay, it would be funny, but I would fail miserably. How do I introduce this one?
This song...
It's a heavy story spoiler, so I'm not going to explain much about it, but it's an incredible remix.
This song, when I heard it for the first time playing through story mode, broke my brain.
Yeah. Same.
Partially because if you've heard proper rhythm before, you've never heard it like this. I think when I realized, oh, it's proper rhythm, but like remixed, I just like lost my mind. Probably the most badass sequence in the entire story, I think.
And that was just the intro.
That was the intro.
Welcome back.
You won't be able to play this song in arcade mode if you haven't beaten the story. So you simply need to play the story, because if you can get good at this, like even the easier difficulties of this chart are some of the most satisfying things to play in arcade mode. This is, of course, a 24, and in my personal opinion, actually harder than at least one of the 25s. You know, I lied when I said Omenon was the most technical chart in the game. This is the most technical chart in the game. Like, playing this song requires such an intimate familiarity with its rhythms. Despite there being like center notes there, the pink ones, if they're lined up with a white note, you don't actually have to hit 2 different buttons. It's just like a little bit of emphasis. It's always so fun just watching Clef for a bit, which you obviously can't do because you're playing the game, but for Twitch chat, just watch her fly around the screen for a bit. It's real fun. Spikes inflating your accuracy because they're nice like that. Nearly an S plus.
Close.
Nearly an S. Wow. That was a really good play. Even if it wasn't like your best.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. That track is hard.
It's very easy to just like
There's a
mess
reason
up
I play
once
that
and-
after bookend song.
Yes. Indeed.
That's the real finale.
That's the real finale. Play this game.
Please play this game. I'm actually begging you.
Hands
Did all that
and
with
knees.
controller, by the way. I'm not playing this. This chart is slightly too difficult for me. Actually, I might be able to get it soon. But here's the instrumental of Afterburn. And I'm just gonna let this play, I think, while I see if I can rate out yet. Thank you all for being here. Please, when you play this game, follow me if you... I don't know how much I'll be playing this on stream. I mainly speedrun Super Monkey Ball. I did Mario Kart World for a while. There might be some more of that on the way. I speedrun stuff, so if you like my vibes and you like speedruns, then follow the channel.
The vibes are good here.
I need to find the actual ring train. I will be rating Nixel, who is playing Rift of the Necrodancer. So more rhythm games,
And I believe singing along.
which is incredible.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah, it looks like they just went live like a minute ago. I want to plug Icebreaker really quick before I get out of here.
Yes.
That is an event that I'm doing. I think I have a... Yeah, thank you for the command. I was gonna say, I think it's just Plug Ice. I'm doing a charity speedrun event with a really longathon team on January 30th, February 1st. That is in just over a week. Explicitly to raise funds for an organization that supports Minnesota as we deal with the ICE occupation. I say we because I live in the state, so it's very personal and important to me. I don't have the charity pick just yet. I have been sending emails. I need some info for them to work with our donation tracker, but I promise you it will be one that I will pick one that supports Minnesotans in this situation. Anyway, we've had an incredible amount of support for that event. We have over 400 submissions. We have had over 130 volunteer applications. It's going to absolutely rule. Please mark your calendar.
Yep.
And yes, Beat Unbeatable would say fuck Ice.
She is unfortunately not allowed to say fuck in the game because rated T for teen, but
Yeah. When they did their, D-Cell posted to YouTube like a 5.5 hour long video that's just not even all of the songs, most of the songs in this game, and they don't.
yeah,
They
not
do
a lot
not
of the
censor.
arcade mode ones, but I think it's the entire
yeah,
story mode.
They
does
do
that.
not censor Quaver saying "fuck" in that video.
Yeah. You can also just go buy the album on Bandcamp, which I highly
True.
recommend you doing.
You should. Okay, I'm actually gonna rate out now. Nixel Shadow Fox is playing Rift Necrodancer and apparently singing along. That's gonna be awesome. Enjoy that for more rhythm stuff. I'll see y'all later. If I don't see you here before Icebreaker, just watch Icebreaker. I promise you, you don't want to miss it. Oh, and follow Helen as well. Thank you for being here.
You could do that, I guess.
Saying words while I was too busy locking in.
Yeah, no worries.
Try to type it correctly. Like I did. Yeah, that's correct. Alright, thanks for hanging out, everyone. Have a good night. Bye, friends. Oh, raid message can still be "Let's go lesbians," by the way. I'm down. Let's keep that going.